Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Today we got a lot of work we need to get done, and honestly, it's gonna be a tough day. We've got a lot of trees I want to remove going both ways, mister. Before you cross the road, I want to go ahead and remove a bunch of these trees because, as you guys can see right here, I own the majority of this land. And if I go over here and I cut down all these trees right here, that gives me way more land to work with. Now there's gonna be some land softening I'm gonna have to do to kind of make it where it's not such a bad gradient, but I definitely can make this into a little bit bigger of a field. I'm probably just gonna take trees all the way up to like right here, take all the trees that are going back out this way, because I want to go ahead and get into something a little bit different as well. We're gonna finally be looking at starting to get some cattle, and we gonna need some grasslands and more. Now, part of making sure we have all the lands and stuff like that we need is trying to figure out exactly where we want to put the cattle. We're not gonna get many. We're probably gonna get like 4 or 5, honestly, and this is probably honestly a really good area. Actually, how much is the pen? Let's find out how much the cattle pen is. So I could go with like something like this, honestly. Yeah, go with something super simple. Interesting. Or what I could do also is I could go with this, honestly. No, that's way too big. Okay, I didn't realize how big that was. So yeah, this would be the only one that honestly probably will work. I don't think we don't get milk out of this barn. So we'll be raising some beef cattle is pretty much the plan. And like my little bit of an idea is let's get some cattle for beef. And honestly, let's start trying to make a little bit more money here on the farm than what we are right now. We're gaining good amount of money, but there's so much more stuff I want to do. And so beef cattle is kind of what I want to do. Alongside of getting the beef cattle, the oats right here are looking phenomenal. Honestly, some of the best looking oats I think I've ever seen. 100% fertilized, ready to rock and roll. I don't like the fact that we had to have these tram lines, but it is what it is. So I guess our next step is let's go ahead and start getting over there and start cutting down trees. Don't think we do, actually. We don't, do we? I'm gonna take the pallet forks over there because I bet we can at least use the pallet forks, but it's not gonna be a fun time loading up all these logs. Also went ahead and just called the dealership. I gotta go pick up a new little set of forks that's gonna help us load up the logs. It's just gonna help us grab a hold of logs a little bit easier and load them up onto the trailer, because there's going to be a ton of lumber that we're going to end up selling today. Okay, so this is just me a little bit. I'm not a big fan of what they call log forks. I would rather use a manure fork. Something about it to me, they just have a little bit more grip and they're just easier to use. They just give you more spots to get it. So we got a manure fork instead of log forks, but to me they work just as good, if not better, because sometimes you got to use what you got. And yeah, this is one of those cases. So it did cost us $2,100. That is a simple little price to pay to help us out with this, because this is going to take a long time to get done. I'm not looking forward to this little project. So I think the first step we're gonna have to do is just go ahead and pull the chainsaw out, and I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting down these trees one by one. There's one tree. So we're gonna probably go up to this tree right here. Part of what's gonna make this take so long is just cutting down all the humongous trees. We're also gonna probably need to get a stump grinder for this little bit of job. I don't know. I don't like the idea of buying a stump grinder. This would be more one of those jobs where you would rent one. Probably would be a little bit better off with doing that, but we'll see. Right now, I'm kind of going through trying to get rid of all these little extra branches on these. This is the most pain in the behind part, is just the branches. There's so many of these branches that we need to get rid of, and so much of it, like I got to trim off, make it look pretty. So I know I have a rule against borrowing or leasing stuff, but I kind of rented this from one of my buddies. It is an old little bit of a like storm cleanup kind of a situation. I don't know. It was kind of something cool, so I rented it from him. It definitely will help us out with this job. I could have just had him come pick it up, but honestly, I figured if we were the ones that did it, we could at least sell the stuff. We only rented it for $2,000. We should definitely get more than $2,000 from this. There we go. We'll go ahead and lift this up like this. Well, we need to get in perfect line with it. Hold up. I don't know if this thing's gonna be able to handle it that well. I don't know what oh, glad I didn't hit that button before. There we go. Now we just gotta do this with every one of these logs. We gotta we have a lot of logs to load up here, and this is gonna get heavy. We're probably going to end up doing about 2 or 3 loads in total. Oh yeah, It's not as bad once you get this. Now for like these little pieces like this, I don't have to sit here really struggle with these too badly. I can just pick them up and throw them in there. Not too bad of a little process. I mean, some of these we may be cutting up a little bit more. Elio, oh dang it, Elio, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this whole thing loaded up so we can get back to this farm and get this job done. We honestly have a lot of work to get done. Oh, that's gonna be no I have to use the crane for. We honestly have way too much work honestly on the farm to get done because I still want to cultivate the area. I have to buy a stump cutter or rent a stump cutter or something like that. I don't know. Since I did rent this, I may rent another one, or I may rent this other machine that we need, but I'm not 100% sure yet. You know what, honestly? That'll probably be about all we can fit is right there. This is a really full load. Yeah, this is a lot fuller. We gotta take it slow. We don't want one of these logs coming out and accidentally hitting the cab or something like that. And yes, I know there's that branch. I don't know. I can't get rid of it. So we're just gonna take it on and we're gonna take all this over there to the lumber facility, which is gonna take us a little bit to get there. But I'm okay with taking some time to get there sometimes. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and set the lumber up here. Got everything loaded. 10. Oh, good Lord. So that would mean that puts us right where we would want to be. Okay, so actually we're making a profit on just getting rid of them trees. I want to back it into the water. Go, 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 go. Okay, we're good. So all we gotta do that is probably about 2 more times. Shouldn't take honestly that long, and hopefully we'll have that full area cleaned up here in no time. 4,300 4,000 basically 300, we'll say that. Man, this thing did an awesome job for what we needed her to. She did everything right, and on top of that, it looked good doing it. For removing a bunch of trees, I'll definitely say I would have to recommend getting yourself one of these. All right, my buddy said to leave it at the dealership, so I'm gonna leave it over here, and I'm gonna pretty much take myself back to the shop by walking there. $43,000 for the day. I mean, it isn't a terrible price, but we still got more work to get done. Well, I just called the dealership. They said they had a stump grinder that is perfect for our little skid steer we have over there. So we're gonna head over there real fast, get them to load up the stump grinder that they have. It's a used, so we're not paying full price for it, thank God, but we are going to end up saving a lot of money with it. All right, there we go. Now, I'm not the biggest of fans of it. It is a blue one. Definitely could live without it being blue, but it has been done. All the metal down here in the ends have been replaced, made it looking brand new and a lot better for what we're going to be doing. And plus, we own it now, so if we have to tear down more trees in the future, we can do that. Because hopefully we do get to the point one day where we can afford more land if you guys will let it. Not gonna lie, maybe record this before the next one goes out, so we don't know yet. All right, pretty much the whole beginning part's done. Now we just got to get this thing on up there and take that off, and we should be able to at least get started on grinding some stumps. Yeah, there we go. She's ready to rock and roll. All right, we'll go ahead and start her up. There you go. One thing I really do regret with these is cutting these trees so close to the ground. Not 100% sure where each stump is. One little cool feature would be as you destroy these stumps, for it to actually produce like wood chips or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. But I can tell you what's even better than that, the fact that we have, it looks like all of the tree stumps removed. Now we have ourselves a nice little grass pasture area, and I'm just gonna drive this on back over there, and I'll come back for the truck here in a second. I would guess our next steps would be to want to or probably mow this down and end up getting the area ready to rock and roll for grass. I'd like to cultivate or mow it one time first. So I'm gonna put this up, and I'm gonna get the truck put up as well. Then we're gonna get the mower right there and get that job done. Just like that, all the mowing's done, and this has definitely increased the size of this field, and it is going to like double X our land that we're currently farming, because we are farming pretty much all of this at this point now, and I really do like that. The only other thing I'd want to do is possibly move the farming even a little bit more down, like right here. Not really going to be the case, but what we could do for harvesting is actually add this little bit over here for the harvesting. I don't really want to use the mower on it, but we could use it for regular harvesting. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have for today. We're gonna try to knock out more mowing over here next time and get that little field baled. There's a ton of work to get done, not enough time to get it all done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the support. Should be me and the entire family. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.